Then check this out.
Well, it seemed things were a little bit too good to be true, and today we received the unfortunate news that Cyberpunk 2077 is delayed until September 17th of this year. And as heartbreaking as that news is, it is still kind of a good thing, because that gives them, about 6 more months of development time that they can be putting towards this game. And in a statement that CD Projekt Red put out, they said, "We have important news regarding Cyberpunk 2077's release date we'd like to share with you today. Cyberpunk 2077 won't make the April release window, and we're moving the launch date to September 17th, 2020. We are currently at a stage where the game is complete and playable, but there's still work to be done. Night City is massive, full of stories, content, and places to visit. But due to the sheer scale and complexity of it all, we need more time to finish playtesting, fixing, and polishing. We want Cyberpunk 2077 to be our crowning achievement for this generation, and postponing launch will give us precious months we need to make the game perfect. Expect more regular updates on progress as we get closer to the new release date. We're really looking forward to seeing you in Night City. Thank you for your ongoing support. Marcin Nowinski, the co-founder, and Adam Badowski, head of studio." Now, this is big news because, to be at a point where the game is complete and playable, a lot of developers would just push that out and say, hey, here, have a day one patch and, enjoy your brand new game at midnight and about 5 hours later after 80 gigs has been installed. And, who's to say there might not be a day one, patch for Cyberpunk? Not gonna, speak too much beforehand, but I definitely don't feel like that's going to be the case here, because they are saying that they want to take the next 6 months to 6, 7, 8 months to polish this game out completely and fix it and make it as perfect as they possibly can, because they want it to be they want it to meet the expectations and for it to have that quality that is expected of CD Projekt Red now. So I feel like this is, as heartbreaking as it is the right decision. If the game's not finished, do not put it out. Don't let it be, completely overshadowed by bugs and glitches and just, things that could have been fixed with just a little bit of extra time in the oven. And, I've seen a lot of people complaining on Twitter about this. Some people going as far as saying that they're going to cancel their pre-orders and not play the game because of this delay, which is a bit ridiculous and extreme if you ask me. But there's also been a lot of outgoing support for CD Projekt Red, and I feel like most fans of CD Projekt Red really realize that if you give them the time and let them do what they do, then the end product, speaks for itself. Take, for example, The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 also got delayed, and, you look at the quality and the magnitude of that game and how well it is still received to this day and how popular it still is to this day. And a lot of that is just because they had the time to make the game 100% complete and whole. In addition to that, there is also some good contrast here that I would like to bring up that I think is of importance that could have some foretelling into what we might expect for Cyberpunk 2077. So when The Witcher 3 was delayed, the developers, CD Projekt Red, decided that they wanted to pay the fans of the series back, and they felt like they owed them something for delaying it. And so the players and people who got The Witcher 3 got 16 free DLCs, and they weren't anything massive or huge or anything. Most of them were just like skins and small things. But they wanted to point out and say, hey, we feel like we owe you. The exact quote from Marcin Nowinski is, yeah, we are making a statement. We as gamers, we would like to be treated this way. Hey, give me free DLC. It doesn't have to be something huge, and I'm saying we aren't giving out huge stuff. We aren't giving tens of hours of storyline here. We are giving small bits and pieces that don't cost a lot. And I think people would feel better about our game, and so they will enjoy the adventure even more. And, honestly, given their track record and how they are just so consumer friendly and how they really have the players at you know, the players' intentions and desires, you know, at full front, you know, their main focus and concern. I don't think it's too much to expect that we might see some kind of, you know, some kind of DLC or additional, you know, add-ons for free for Cyberpunk 2077. You know, it's not an unfounded thing for them to do that. And, you know, honestly, with the amount of hype and buzz going around this, and with as many eyes as there is on Cyberpunk 2077, you know, what would be that extra little cherry on top, you know, for you know, CD Projekt Red to, you know, gain more favor, as to be, hey, here, have some free DLC, have an extra skin for Johnny Silverhand, have an extra cosmetic item for V. So, you know, it's I feel like it's something that they definitely could do, you know, and to, you know, kind of address, you know, people's concerns about the delay in it not coming out in April. Yeah, you know, it does sting, but here's the thing: April is stacked. There is so much coming out this spring in terms of games. So to just name a few that are coming out in April, you have Resident Evil 3, Final Fantasy VII, the remake, which got delayed, and it's coming out in April now. You have Trials of Mana, you have Gears Tactics coming out for Xbox. And then, you know, in March, bleeding over into that, you know, on the Nintendo side, you have Animal Crossing New Horizons, you have Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Doom Eternal's coming out in March, you know, Persona 5 Royal is coming out. There's a ton of stuff, Neo 2, Ori, and Will-O-the-Wisp. All this stuff's coming out in this, you know, these couple months. And, you know, even still, the time between April to September is, you know, 5 months. That's a long time of, you know, just open air and of, you know, release dates that you could be, you know, jumping in on, and new titles you could be playing. Not to mention that gives you time to catch up on your backlog, guys. Like, come on, you know, it's ever expanding. This is plenty, because this is perfect, really, because it gives you the opportunity to, you know, clear out your backlog and then really be prepared for the hundreds of hours that you're probably going to dump into Cyberpunk. So, main point is, this is pretty much a good thing that Cyberpunk is getting delayed, and that they get to finish and make this game as immaculate and perfect as they possibly can. Yes, it stings, but at the end of the day, a finished product is better and is going to leave a better taste in our mouths than if this game was to launch and be buggy as hell and non-playable. So, honestly, I think it's a good thing that they did this. It's good that they, you know, they announced it and they said that they wanted to delay it. And, you know, CD Projekt Red is extremely consumer friendly, and it's, you know, if it was a big developer and a big publisher out there, you know, they might have just, you know, shoveled this out, had that day one patch and said, get over it, you know, the game's broken. Looking at you, Bethesda. But yeah, anyways, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching my subpar shitty content. If you'd like to see more content from me, please subscribe. Like this video only if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, and until next time, I'll see you in the next one.